Okay, greetings everyone, and welcome to the video that will preview Chapter 8 of Opening Skinner's Box. It's called Lost in the Mall. This chapter specifically is about memory and how memories are encoded and stored in our brain and how we access those memories and what happens in the meantime. So let's get started. First, what do you know about memory? What do you know about the way memories are encoded in the brain? What do you know about Elizabeth Loftus? What do you know about eyewitness testimony, how it's recorded, how it's used in court? What do you know about repressed memories? What do you know about traumatic memory? What do you know about the Lost in the Mall experiments? What do you know about George and Eileen Franklin? What do you know about Paul Ingram, Bessel van der Kolk, the Challenger explosion? These are all really good background knowledge topics for this chapter, so spend 5 minutes and Google each one, write down some notes on them, learn what you can so that you're ready to read the chapter. Remember, you will be turning in those notes, so it's important to write down what you learn. Okay, then I want you to watch this TED Talk that's given by Elizabeth Loftus. It's fantastic and provides such good background knowledge for the chapter. So if you look in the week 6 folder for D2L, so I'm going to go into week 6. And then I'm going to go into Chapter 8 of Opening Skinner's Box. And when I get there, I hope you can see here that the third thing that's posted here is How Reliable is Your Memory, Elizabeth Loftus. That's the video of the TED Talk. And I want you to pause, or maybe when I'm done going through everything you have to do for this chapter, you can go and watch that TED Talk. It's important that you do it before you read Chapter 8. Okay, so again, watch the TED Talk. I would play it here, but I have learned, because I did record this video earlier today, and they consider it a copyright violation for me to play the TED Talk within this video, so I had to delete that video and re-record this one, and that's why I'm telling you have to exit and go outside in order to watch the TED Talk, but it's fantastic. So please do that as soon as you're done with this video. Next, after you watch the TED Talk and do your research, you should be ready to read Chapter 8, Lost in the Mall. Then complete your QQMS, your questions, your quotes, your major support, and your thesis. And then I want you to write a very short reflection. How did your research and the TED Talk help prepare you to read the chapter on memory and Elizabeth Loftus? What did you learn about memory? How do you think Slater feels about Loftus? How do you know? How do you feel about Loftus and her ideas and research? And do you have any other thoughts, questions, or comments about the content, about Loftus, about Slater, about any other thoughts about memory? Okay, so remember, take each question one at a time, write a short paragraph for each one in your answer, be as thorough and specific as you can. Next, we're going to do another quest. The last time you did a quest was back in week 2 with Chapter 1 on B.F. Skinner. So if at any point you feel like you need a little bit more direction or clarification on this assignment, you can go back to week 2 and look at the Asking Good Questions section, because that's where we did our first quest. So remember that a quest is an opportunity to research some of those really good questions you've been asking in your QQMS. So I want you to pick one question from either your Chapter 4 QQMS or your Chapter 8 QQMS. Look back at your questions, pick your favorite. It can come from either chapter. Make sure it's a good question. Don't forget to look back at that Asking Good Questions presentation. Make sure that your question is good. Next, Google your question, visit all 3 sites that answer your question, and take notes. And I want you to set up your notes as I have them on the slide. Site 1, give the URL and then take notes. Site 2, URL, notes. Site 3, URL, notes. Set it up just like that. Please remember in the note-taking section that you are not allowed to copy and paste from the internet into the notes section. All your notes must be in your own words. You must paraphrase everything. Any direct quotes that you use must be in quotation marks. This assignment is going to be run through Turnitin when you turn in the assignment, and That program checks for plagiarism and it will catch you. If it catches you and you do not cite properly, or you copy and paste directly from the website, then you will receive a 0 on this assignment. It's super important that you paraphrase and put the notes in your own words. Finally, the last section of your quest is called a wrap back. It's where you answer the following questions. How did the research help you to understand the chapter? The psychologist. So it could be either Darley and Latane, or it could be Loftus, or Slater's guiding questions for opening Skinner's box better. So remember, those guiding questions are on page 3. Who are we? Are we truly the author of our own lives? What does it mean to be moral? What does it mean to be free? Right? So wrap back, turn around after you've done your research, look back at the chapter, and help me understand how it helped you understand everything better. Okay, so when you're done, here's what you're turning in. Your background knowledge research notes on memory, your QQMS for Chapter 8, your short reflection on the TED Talk as those other questions, and finally your quest. All 4 things must be turned in for a complete assignment for this is actually, that assignment folder is under Chapter 8 of Opening Skinner's Box, even though you can do your quest on 4 or 8. And that's it. You'll be done at that point with Skinner's Box for the week, and then there's just 1 week left.